Each winter, NCEP and G.U.A.L.A professionals select up to 30 alumni leaders from across the United States to participate in G.U.A.L.A. In 2015, G.U.A.L.A commissioned CoolSpeak, the youth engagement company, to further develop these leaders into confident advocates with the necessary tools to impact change. These are their stories.
My G.U.A.L.A story begins around the middle of high school. I was already involved in G.U.A.L.A through a lot of the Saturday academies, but it wasn't until I went to the G.U.A.L.A University summer program where I actually felt like a college student. And I wasn't criminalized or labeled as a troublemaker. I was actually acknowledged as somebody who has potential. And so when I embodied that, when I think I internalized that, I really saw me going to college. And as I continued, I really just didn't see myself being successful, but I saw my community being successful. Because I am a true believer now through G.U.A.L.A that education isn't a way to escape poverty or the state you're in. Education is a way to improve the state your community is in. It's a way to end poverty. And so that's what G.U.A.L.A has really, really fostered me into.
First and foremost, I want them to gain this idea of how powerful they are. That their voice matters, that they have a really important voice, as important as anybody else's. And in some ways, you know, they carry a voice for a lot of other kids as well, so it's not just their voice. The second is this idea of skill building. You know, they're going through training with CoolSpeak and all the other training around advocacy, telling a story. There's so many things that built into this week for them that I think school systems and other endeavors don't really cultivate in kids.
G.U.A.L.A for me is not only a way to seize the opportunity for education, it's a support system. My family and I have been homeless for 2 years, and this is the second time we've been homeless. And my mother has always told me why education is important for me and my younger sibling. It'll get us out of that situation again.
G.U.A.L.A opened doors for myself, for my peers, and I went through loss. I lost my father when I was 14, and my mother was incarcerated when I was 15, almost 16 years old. And G.U.A.L.A was my support system at school. They were my family. They're who I turned to. They gave me a new beginning, a new hope, a new way to be able to throw myself into things and distract myself from everyday life, I guess, but in a positive way and not the bad ways that so many kids turn to now. And I just want that. I want every student in America to be able to be touched by G.U.A.L.A and to just know that someone's there. I want everyone to be able to have someone, because there's so many kids who are just alone and don't think they have the options they do. And I want to help them.
My G.U.A.L.A story is inspiration.
My G.U.A.L.A story is encouragement.
My G.U.A.L.A story is incredible.
My G.U.A.L.A story is change.
My G.U.A.L.A story is opportunity.
My G.U.A.L.A story is an eye-opener.
I encourage all of you to share your G.U.A.L.A story by utilizing your social media with the hashtag #MyG.U.A.L.A story. The world needs to hear from you.
I have my G.U.A.L.A story. What's yours?